I, spent a good 9 months looking for employment and just wasn't getting anywhere. When I started actively looking for employment, it was very difficult, very frustrating. I applied at a lot of businesses, a lot of companies, a lot of locations. I got a lot of interviews, but that's pretty much, as far as it went. I think that a lot of times for employers, they look at you as a blind person, and that's all they can see. They can't see past the blindness. They can't see past the disability. They're not able to see what you can do for them. It's just what you can't do. It was really hard to find somebody who would be willing to give me an opportunity to show them that I'm capable of doing a lot of really great things. And that's what eventually led me to Peckham. So reached out, found out that they did have call centers. They had one in Lansing. And so I applied. I went in not really knowing what to expect. I went in and interviewed and was offered the position. And I was thrilled because after 9 months of looking for a job, I was really just looking for anything at that point. Anybody who'd be willing to give me a chance to show them, what I was capable of doing. I started out in general information, and then I later got my clearance and went into applicant line. I've been here for 5.5 years. In October, I got hired as a TSR, team support representative for the training department. So a lot of what I do is meeting-based. I'm in Teams meetings where I have a headset that allows me to hear other team members talking, also hear the computer. I could be hearing Teams messages, hearing emails. I facilitate too. So I share my screen through Teams or through a Microsoft Surface. JAWS was developed to help blind and visually impaired people, compete in the employment market. It's essentially, instead of looking at the screen and reading things visually, you're hearing what's on the screen. So you can wear a headset, or you can wear an earpiece, or you can just listen to the sound out of the speaker of the computer, and you can hear what somebody else would be seeing. But you can still control what you hear, so you don't have to hear everything on the screen in its entirety. You pick and choose what you listen to. Working for a company like Peckham, who celebrates diversity and difference, who willingly employs people who have disabilities or health conditions or are oftentimes viewed as different by others, is a great thing. Usually, as somebody who's blind, you're the only blind person somebody might have ever met. The only blind person at your church, or you're the only blind person at your doctor's office. Not a lot of people can say they know a blind person. To work at a place where there's several other blind people, where there's people that are JAWS users, where there's people that I can connect with and relate to on another level, and where I get support to be different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to need additional support. It's celebrated and it's encouraged and it's valued, and that's a really, really great thing. I don't see myself the way others do in that way. So I've never seen myself as the blind girl or a person who is blind or a person who is visually impaired. I've always just seen myself as April. Some people wear glasses. Some people have blonde hair. Some people have freckles. That's what my disability has been for me. It's just something about me that's different from most other people, but it doesn't change who I am as a person. I've always had very high goals for myself. I went to college. I wanted to be a school counselor. I wanted to work with kids. I wanted to be a teacher. I have a passion for people. I have a passion for learning. And I wanted to do something that encompassed those two things. And I didn't think that answering phone calls all day would accomplish that. When I started, I did view it as a stepping stone to something bigger. And I didn't know that I would end up utilizing my degree in psychology, that I would be able to find a passion for people here and a passion for learning, and It's been a really great experience. Where I'll go from here, I'm not sure, but I do hope to stay within Peckham because it's given me so much, and I would like to be able to give back. They say, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. And I think that that's important because a lot of times we may think that what we're doing isn't really helping that many people, or we're not making a difference. But at the end of the day, if you helped one person, if you made the difference in the life of one person, I feel like it's worth it. Without Peckham, I wouldn't have a career. Without Peckham, I wouldn't have met my future husband. Without Peckham, I wouldn't be the happy, successful version of myself that I am today.